Hello and welcome back to PlayStation Access. My name is Dave and I'm joined again by Nath.
Hello.
And Nath, we're back in Skyrim Special Edition.
On PlayStation 4.
On PlayStation 4, but also...
What have you done here?
Yes, well, look how cunning I am. We're not going to do this throughout all of the video.
No.
I just wanted to show at the start, this is the actual size comparison between Skyrim, the PS3 original version, and PS4 now that it's up at 1080 Full HD.
Yeah, we should explain. This is the actual native image size. Obviously on your TV they appear the same, but this is what 720p looks like compared to 1080 if you just count the pixels as if they're all the same size.
Exactly, and this is the PS3 right now, and I've had to scale it up for the purposes of this video. It is scaled up.
Otherwise, it'd always be small, and that would be annoying.
And it would always be small, and that would be annoying. So it doesn't look as good as it might if you looked at it at native 720. But still, I think it's a reasonable enough a comparison to see actually like.
I mean, it effectively upscales if you on the size of your TV anyway.
Exactly. I also need to point out that in some of these cases, some of these comparisons, the weather is different.
Right.
And I'm sorry about that.
I know. Well, if you make the weather bad on PS4, then maybe the difference is because there are big. I mean, that is the thing of this video. So we put up a video already to go right on the embargo. We put up the map from end to end.
Yes.
And that was us going. And there was a few comments going, doesn't really look that much different. And normally I don't get annoyed by comments, but look at it.
Look at it.
Come on now.
It so does. I mean, on that map video, talking of weather, it was a bit of a misty day at the start, and I think maybe people were slightly disappointed with the mist. But that's Skyrim, like that's part of it.
It's part of the weather system.
We just picked any old day. But I think what I've done, to be honest, I'm going to sing my praises. I've done quite a good job of matching these shots.
Yeah, I think
it is raining here, unfortunately, in PS4 land.
But where is this, though?
This is Whiterun. So yeah, we should talk about what we're seeing. This is Whiterun, which is one of the very first sort of big settlements that you'll come to, like a sort of walled city in the middle of the tundra. Yeah,
and you describe it as a bit like Winterfell, didn't you?
I did. Maybe it's just because it sounds a bit like Winterfell, and because, like I said, it's like walled and it's grey and surrounded by mist and fog.
I think it's about the same size and about the same kind of look.
Yeah,
green and grey and dreary.
Got like a sort of little. There's the townsfolk, and then there's like more of a sort of castle or Dragon's Reach. And I don't know. I love that, like the tree. See the tree. That's like
a bit like the tree of Gondor.
It's a bit like or those trees in Game of Thrones and that.
Oh, we're obviously experts.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what strikes me looking at this is the way that you've done the comparison shots. Well done, by the way. They are very nice. It really makes you realise that it's not any one element. It's not just the resolution of the textures. It's not just how nicely detailed things like the foliage or the bricks are. It's everything, and it's the draw distance, and then you pull it all together, and it's like. You know what I mean? No one played the original Skyrim and was like, this looks bad for these reasons, and then they're fixed. It's just how it all piles on to give you this kind of accumulated effect of looking
It is. It's
nice.
Exactly that. Like everything is better, and I don't know. We're going to see like the Rift a bit later on, which is sort of this kind of valley of autumnal trees, and it's like. It was great on PS3, but it's like, man, it's just like the quintessential fantasy sort of forest. Here we are, in fact. So this is it on PS3.
I think foliage does well on the special edition.
Yeah, pay particular attention to the grass. Which it just on PS4 just looks thick and lush, and I don't know.
It seems like a small thing, but when you're walking around and the thing you're seeing most of is grass, if that grass is beautiful, you know what I mean, then suddenly you're in a really nice place.
Exactly. And like the falling leaves. I mean, there were falling leaves in PS3, but they're just better. Everything's better. The trees, the number of leaves on the trees and stuff.
It looks like a Hovis advert now. It looks like a golden Yorkshire autumn.
It's so perfect. And like I say, I love that it's like the quintessential sort of fantasy forest. Look at this little scene that I found. Steam gently rising.
Doesn't look that much different, Dave. Doesn't look that much different. No, do you know? And I have sympathy with people who think that, because there has obviously been a PC version and various mods that go on. So this game has evolved over time. Obviously on PlayStation, this difference is the stark one between the PS3 version and the PS4 version. Oh my!
Yes.
And also there is that thing where you play something, and when it's a really good game, like I'm assuming Skyrim is, I've still not played it.
Yeah.
Your imagination does a lot of the work, and you remember games as like, Skyrim was this amazing epic thing, and then you go back and you look at the PS3 version and you go, oh man, all right, it doesn't really hold up to PS4 games. But now obviously the special edition does. So I do have, what I'm saying is I'm not really angry with those comments.
No, of course not.
I respect their position.
I wanted to point out, we've kind of missed it now, that there's a windmill in this is Solitude,
right?
And there's a windmill. Look at this. Here's a beheading in old and new.
Special edition
because
beheading.
Why not? That was it on PS3. I love that he just sort of kicks the body off, and here it is in PS4.
Thanks, man.
Nice.
Oh.
And it looks better, doesn't it? Everything just looks better. I really like the ivy on the walls, but there's what I was going to say is that windmill that you can see now on the screen. When we were further away in PS3, it didn't have any sails. But on PS4 it did. You were looking at it going, what's that odd-shaped tower? And then in PS4, in Special Edition, suddenly, because the draw distance is that much better, the detail's that much better, you can go, it's a windmill, rather than, I don't know, that windmill's got no sails. It's a shame about that person's forehead, but nothing I can do. Nothing. I tried to have a word with them.
Just paint him out digitally. I feel very smug about the fact that I have not played any Skyrim.
I know
so far because, look at the game I get to play for the first time, Dave.
I know. I'm really, really jealous, and I'm really jealous as well because I've been looking forward to playing this again, and I've had to play it for all of this capture, just running around doing things, just like ignoring the story and people talking about, I don't have time to talk to you. Just get out of the way. I need to get this nice picture of Solitude.
I'm going to run into this hall and pan slowly from top left to bottom right.
Doesn't matter that I'm not meant to be here yet. Look how nice this looks. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. There's a really nice shot of from above.
Increasingly, what this is reminding me of, Dave, is the difference between, like my painted Warhammer figures and the painted Warhammer figures that you get in the shop window of Games Workshop.
I'm pretty sure a machine has painted those. There's no way a person.
I think that's true.
I've tried to go, and it's just no way human hands are capable of that. Look at this. Oh, I love this. I mean, the bird for added effect. I think that bird's in PS3 as well.
That's a massive bird, isn't it?
It is. It casts a shadow over the stonework.
Maybe it's just quite close.
This is Markarth, I believe, which is on the very far west of the map, and I just love the fantasy of this. Like, it's cut into the mountain.
Yeah.
It's like built around, I'm going to assume, like a natural waterfall that they're kind of harnessing for its power.
Oh man,
I just love that. And that's what's so great about Skyrim. It's just everywhere kind of tells a story. It really feels like it belongs there, and it has a story to tell. Whether it's sort of very obvious and it's there for you to be read, or you have to dig quite deep and maybe even like read in books and stuff and talk to people to find out about it. I do love the idea that everything in Skyrim feels really like naturally there.
I'm excited about visiting all these places. This is probably going to be my Christmas game, Dave.
Yeah,
I'm increasingly
Merry
thinking.
Christmas.
I mean, I've spoken about this in our last video, I think. But just Christmas is a time for me to get lost in fantasy worlds, and it was either going to be this or Dark Souls 3, and this is looking pretty sweet.
Dark Souls 3. Obviously amazing. Is it a Christmas game? Don't know. I think this is more Christmassy. Look at this. I didn't manage to match the shot up quite so well here because I really love that I'm underneath the waterfall here, and the water falls on you, and I'm not in the same place. But just like the clouds of like steam, or maybe just clouds in the sky rolling off, and the waterfalls and the stonework. I don't know. It's so good.
Well, this is what I actually wanted to bring up, was that you've taken a lot of the PlayStation 3 footage here from capture that we did when you made a video with Rob.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
And that video was it like 7 places that we want to go back to?
Yeah, can't wait to go again.
And now you have been back to them.
I know, yeah. And
nice,
it's everything Rob and I have dreamed. I think Rob is going to be blown away. He's going to be so excited to go back. I mean, just look at that. It is like one of those games where you walk around, it makes you stop and look and just sort of take a breath. And I don't know, I love the exploration in Skyrim. It's so well done, especially if you want to go all out and like turn off the HUD, and so you just discover things without even knowing, because there's little icons on the compass there saying this. When you haven't found them yet, it says, there's something over here. If you turn that off and you just stumble across this stuff, it makes the game just absolutely fantastical.
Do you know that funny thing of obviously I played a lot of Fallout 4, my first Bethesda RPG, And I love Fallout 4, but it wasn't really a place to go sightseeing.
No,
because it's quite a depressing, relentlessly depressing.
it is, yeah.
World, and there are loads of like handful of places which were very like, you know, given the post-apocalyptic nature of it, you just like, oh, that's very cool. And actually, I think that the bunker, like the shelters, are amazing for that kind of, and obviously like the whole design of that kind of world is a kind of a, you know, like extrapolation of like an optimistic 50s kind of future. But this, to me, like the gameplay of Fallout 4 hooked me in so hard when you combine it with, you know, basically what has been ever present in my mind since I was a child, freaking out on reading Tolkien.
Exactly. I mean, look at this. This is a cave. This is, I mean, not all caves are like this, obviously, but this is a cave. Like, look at that beautifully lit sort of tree, and just, I just love it. There's like a lush floor, like foresty little floor and stuff. It's so nice, and I think it's amazing. They've done a brilliant job of turning Skyrim, which is meant to be the sort of bleak north of the world, into a place that you do want to be and you do want to explore, and you do find amazing little gems like this. It is a harsh place, but it's also a beautiful place. So that was a quick comparison of Skyrim on PS3 to Skyrim Special Edition, which is on PS4.
Yes.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll have loads more coming up on Skyrim, I'm sure, and please do make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything else from the world of PlayStation.